Good day. Today we're going to talk about fire extinguishers and the proper use and when to use a fire extinguisher and what they're used for. So the first one here on our left here is an ABC. So I'll come a little bit closer to the camera here so you can see the pictures on it. So the first one here is for trash. That would be your paper, cardboard, stuff like that, with a small that you want to put out. The next one is gasoline, oil, stuff like that that you'd have fire with. The third one is electrical. So on this extinguisher right here, see how all three of them are pictured there without an X through it. You can use this extinguisher on all three of them that we have. The next one that we would have is this one right here. This silver one right here is called the water cannon, water extinguisher. So this one here, you will see here on this pictogram that only the trash is not X'd out. The gasoline and the electrical is gassed or X'd out on this one here. The electrical, if we use this on electric fire, we could get electrocuted. If we use it on a grease or gas fire, what happens is that you push the liquid farther down and you'll spread your fire faster than you can put it out. So this right here should only be able to be used on trash, paper, wood, products like that. The next one that we're going to have is our BC. This one's going to be a little harder to see because this is a little bit older extinguisher and it's kind of rubbed off here. But again, we have our gas right here, our fuel, and then over here we have electrical. So this one right here you could use on either one of these here and you would not hurt yourself for a fire extinguisher. One thing you want to do with this one right here is that when you pull up your horn, you do not want to touch this. Because when you touch this right here, it's like dry ice and you'll get yourself frostbite, you will. So you want to put your horn up and then stand back and then use it that way there. That's how you would use this one right here. Most common at home are extinguishers this size right here. This is a nice little one right here. This is right here again, an ABC for us. It has our pictograms on there and tells us that we can use this. Now, if you're at home and you're wondering, how long is my fire extinguisher good for? You should, after 6 years, you should replace your fire extinguisher. Here at the fire department, we have to send ours in after 6 years and have them tested. So what they do is they take the fire extinguisher if it's past 6 years, they shoot it off, get rid of the chemical, they open it up, and then they check all the parts, and then they refill it again with the chemical that they need to put out the fire. Now, if you have one of these at home and it's an ABC, and you'd like to get rid of this, the easiest thing to do is to discharge it in your yard. Basically what's in here is basically the same thing as fertilizer. So you can put this on your yard and it'll just work for fertilizer. And then when you're all done with it, make sure that there's no pressure. You can throw it in your recycling container at home. What size fire should we be fighting with a fire extinguisher? What they recommend is a trash can this size right here that you have like in your office. Maybe you got one at home. You probably got one bigger than this for your trash at home. Anything bigger than this, they do not recommend you fighting it with a fire extinguisher. Call the fire department, have them come, and then they'll put out the fire for you. The other thing is when you fight a fire, say you're in a room, you always want to make sure that the door is behind you. So if we have our little room right here, and I got a fire over here, I want to make sure my door is here, my fire is over there. So when I come in to start fighting my fire, if something happens, I can escape through this doorway here and get out of the building for it. What are the 4 components for fire? There's fuel, oxygen, heat, and now the 4th one is chemical reaction. If you take away just one part of that triangle, then that will take care of your fire. That's all you have to do to put out a fire, is just eliminate one source of that. And by using one of these fire extinguishers here, that there will take care of your source of heat for you. Okay. Today now we're going to finish up with our pass message. P-A-S-S, pass. So what we're going to do with that is that we're going to grab your fire extinguisher, you're going to grab this pin right here and you're going to pull it. Now sometimes ladies have a hard time getting this here pulled, it's not quite strong enough. What you can do also is grab this tab, pull it, it will break apart. Then you grab your pin, pull out your pin. So that's the P for pull part. The next part is to take your hose off, you're going to aim. Now they're going to aim in front of the fire, down low, and that's going to be their aim for the A. The first S is to squeeze, which is their handle. They're going to squeeze their handle. Right now you can see nothing's happening because I have my pin in there still. That's a safety pin, so say if it's in the station, it won't go off on us. So now, once they squeeze it, now they're going to start sweeping. And as they sweep, they're going to walk into the fire as they sweep and go past that fire. So that way they make sure that their fire is put out. So now we'll have Chris here do the first one for us. Okay, now, back up. What you want to do is you want to pull your pin. Pull it hard. There you go. Now pull your hose out. Each pin you can drop. Now aim down low. Down low. Oh, stay back here. Now aim down low. Start squeezing. Sweeping. Go ahead. Walk in. Walk in. Walk in. Walk in. Keep going. Keep going. There you go. Like that. There. Now as you can see, when Chris walked in, she was sweeping from side to side, and she went past the fire. So she made sure that the fire was out for her. Now we'll do it again. We're going to have Amanda. This time Amanda's going to do it. So now we're going to have Amanda do it, and Amanda's going to do the same thing. So she's going to pull her pin. Pull your pin. Pull it hard. There you go. Drop that on the ground. Okay, it just stays there. You're fine. Pull out your hose. Okay, now start squeezing. Squeeze hard. Squeeze hard. Back forth, all the way. Keep going, keep going. There you go. So as you can see with Amanda there, it was a little bit harder, and that's because the handle was a small handle on there, and it's hard to grip a hold of that handle. So when you do it. So again, make sure you just do a small trash can. It's all that you should be doing when you're fighting a fire. So now you can see that Amanda is finishing off the fire extinguisher like we talked about earlier about getting rid of an extinguisher. So what you want to do is just kind of spray it on your yard and then not stay in the smoke like she is. Okay, so now you can see Chris is going to finish off her extinguisher by spraying it on the yard and that. Like I said earlier, this will work as fertilizer. When you're all done with it, then you can throw it right in your recycling barrel and it's all taken care of.